there's a fire, something's happening, but we're gonna take out the fire detector by giving a drug that's gonna numb the pain and out of sight, out of mind. But the reality is the fire is still happening.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Halsa Health Show where we help your body play at 100%. My name is Dr. Quinton and this is Dr. Ryan, and we are both chiropractors here at Hälsa. The topic of today's show is drugs, all things drugs. Prescription drugs. Drugs that are being overused in the UK. Right now people are taking 3 times more drugs than they did 40 years ago. It's becoming a problem. Drugs are being overprescribed, in my opinion. And people are taking drugs when they really don't need to. Paracetamol is being used way too much. Ibuprofen is being used way too much. People who have indigestion are taking omeprazole by the gallon thinking it's going to help them. Basically, it's become a system of if there's a problem, take a pill. I don't really agree with that. What do you think?
Well, I think whether we agree with it or not, I think the facts are that we're just taking more and more and more. So the question is, when is enough? You know, when is enough? Because if our kids are taking 3 times more drugs and we're seeing all types of childhood diseases going up, specifically chronic diseases, which we won't go too much into today, but at some point, and you can probably feel our energy on this call, is that there has to be sometimes a little bit of desperation when it comes to when is enough enough. Because I know that most of the people watching this right now are not okay with the fact that they're going to continue to just take more drugs their whole lifetime. I recently went to Natural History Museum and some of the museums in London, and it was tables stretched as far as your eye could see, just about, full of them, and it was just a representation of the amount of drugs that the average human being takes in their lifetime. It is completely shocking, and we're going to get into it now, but if you look at every newspaper, I mean, every second day, there's a miracle drug that's about to change the world that comes out. And if you think about it, I want you to think about all the times you see the miracle that's on the front page of the newspaper that's going to change everyone's life when it comes to X, Y, or Z, and then you never hear about it again. How many times have you seen that happen? Now, we are not against drugs. We're not against medicine, but we certainly are against it being oversubscribed, overused, and we are definitely leading that way.
So the most recent one that's come out, there's a new migraine drug that's being tested. It hasn't been approved yet by the European Medicines Agency. It's going through that process. But they say that this drug reduces the number of migraines that you have for chronic sufferers. Now, we've worked with a lot of migraine sufferers, and we've helped a lot of migraine sufferers get completely off drugs. They don't need them anymore. And there was recently a show on the BBC about a doctor who works in the NHS who's trying to do exactly the same thing. So for us, one of the common causes of migraines is simply neck tension. One of the things you can do for that is just work. It's cognitive behavioral therapy. Just work on the way that you think and you can get rid of your migraines. Very often it's food related. Very often it's inactivity. People are sitting around, they're not doing anything, and then they get a migraine. But instead of trying to look at their lifestyle, people are looking outside of themselves for help. They're not looking at themselves going, well, what can I do better to stop their migraines from coming? So now people are becoming more reliant on the drug. It's becoming overprescribed, and this is what we're foreseeing with this drug. Yes, it might help people, definitely in some cases. I imagine there will be an effect, but in a lot of cases, people can have a very different approach. They can go completely natural. I think for me, people have forgotten about their bodies and its own ability to heal itself. A migraine tells you something is going on, something's not right. But people aren't looking at themselves to fix it. They're looking outside, like, help me with something else. I don't know. I just don't agree with it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think what goes with it is, sitting here right now, there's always, and you can make this analogy with anything in life. There's always 2 choices. There's the easy, the less traveled path, or there is an easy, quick solution which almost inevitably doesn't ever exist. Think about it, whether it's business, whether it's health. I mean, there is no silver bullet.
No.
There isn't if you want to be successful in business, there is no quick how many times have we seen people either do it for a short period of time and then really fall flat on their face when it comes to business, or in health? There's no quick pill you can take. There's no easy diet you can take. I know that if you're watching this, you agree with us when we talk about this, is that it takes work. And if your body is giving you signals that something's going on, think of the message we're sending to the universe and to everyone out there and our bodies is that simply ignore that signal. Don't look for the cause of the problem. Simply, it's like like taking out the fire detectors in your house. There's a fire, something's happening, but we're going to take out the fire detector by giving a drug that's going to numb the pain, and out of sight, out of mind. But the reality is the fire is still happening. So this is not meant to make everyone nervous or scared, but the fact of the matter is we want to do the opposite. We want to tell you that we've seen so many people take charge of their health. So many people come in for a checkup to see, there's a saying in chiropractic that structure equals function. So is something misaligned? Is, the top bone of your body here, right at the top here, houses, if through that canal, you have thousands of nerve fibers that go through there. So is something being pressed on? Is something out of alignment? We've seen this happen so many times with people where we help get something moving again, help with function, help with structure, and then their nervous system functions better. So the reason we talk about nervous system is because it's the thing that we express our entire lives through. We think through our nervous system, we feel pain through our nervous system, our heart beats because our brain tells the nerve to send it to meshes the heart to beat, so everything happens through our nervous system. So as chiropractors, that's primarily our focus,
Yep.
but we work on the whole body. But it's just really frustrating for us sometimes, and it just comes from a place of caring, is we've seen people who could have gone those two paths I was talking about. People could have gone the route of only drugs for the next 30 years and have avoided that path and all the side effects, which nobody can deny, by coming to see us and help with, get them back in touch with their body. There's a time and place for emergency surgeries and drugs, but we have to understand that conservative care has to be explored first, because the side effects of the alternative can sometimes be way more life-threatening than the actual thing that they're taking the drugs for. So that's just our personal view. It's just our personal view, and we feel passionate about it because we've seen so many people helped by choosing sometimes the road less traveled that takes a little bit more work, a little bit more time, but wow, it's worth it for your family and your health.
Exactly. Conservative first is the thing that always, it sticks in my mind. Like, why take a tablet for 40 years that's probably going to damage your kidneys, going to have an effect on your liver, it's going to slow down the way that your nervous system works, it stops your body getting rid of waste. Why would you want to do that for 40 years when you can do something that's probably going to take 3 to 6 months, because healing takes time, we know that. Bit of patience, but then you're going to have long-term results and you won't be relying on a tablet to take away a symptom. It's the simple way forward.
And I'll tell you, okay, we are no different from everyone else watching this.
No.
We also want the quick fix, we all want the quick fix, but the reality in my experience with health is now working with thousands and thousands of clients is that it very seldom exists. If there is something genuinely happening in the body, that's the first thing I'd say. And the other thing I'd say is you've always got to ask yourself this question when you prescribe any drug. Are you getting, for instance, in this case, the headache because your body has a lack of the said drug? Think about that for a second. Are we getting if we're taking paracetamol, are we getting headaches because our body is lacking paracetamol? No, we know that's not the cause of the problem. That's an artificial thing we're putting in our body. So we'll just say, I hope you enjoyed this, and you forgive us if we've gotten a bit of a rant, but we're super passionate about this, and we've seen so many people help conservatively. So we urge someone, before you go down this slippery slope of drugs for 20, 30, 40 years, to take charge and understand that your body totally has the power to heal. It totally has the ability to heal. We just got to give it that power back. We've got to help you understand what it can do, and also in a lot of times get function back, get structure back, so that it can heal more efficiently. That's our job. Is we just get the body functioning better again, and the body will take care of the rest. That's what we think.
If you're interested in finding out more about headaches and the causes of headaches and what we can offer as a solution, we are having a talk in one of our clinics, in Surbiton very, very soon. There's going to be a link posted below to that talk. If you're interested, get down to the clinic and you'll find out a lot more information.
Awesome.
So there we have it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.